I remember once I've learned this riff, I just unlocked literally every single riff that I was about to learn next. What's up everybody, this is Les Pete, and in this video I'm going to show you 5 riffs that majorly contributed to my guitar playing today, and that can get you from beginner to intermediate player in no time once you master these riffs. So first of all, I'm going to break down every single riff, and then of course tell you what to pay attention to, the common mistakes, so you can prevent yourself from picking up any bad habits and stuff, and save yourself a lot of time. Now, please note that I don't want you to waste your time learning something that you don't enjoy, so in this video I'm also going to show you how you can learn like literally any riff of your choice, how you can master it, what my strategies are, so stay tuned. Before we dive in, make sure that you add me on Instagram and DM me your practice videos so I can give you some feedback on your playing. That being said, let's rock into it, man. Number 1, Smells Like Teen Spirit. What I've always loved about Nirvana and Kurt Cobain is that he beautifully proves how complex is great, but simple is just genius. This one is a super influential riff consisting only 4 power chords. It's a great choice for a first riff to learn as an absolute beginner, as most metal and rock songs use a lot of power chords. So starting with this one is definitely going to serve you in the long run. Great thing with this riff is that you can do like simplified versions, such as level 1 by playing the root notes only, level 2 by adding the power chords, level 3 by adding the and the mutes. This is where the real magic happens, right? Because if the riff was like, it's not that enjoyable. A special little thing that you need at the end. Pay attention to this thing, especially if you're starting out. When you're playing the power chords, what I recommend is to use the pinky and the index finger. The reason is, your pinky might not be as strong as your ring finger, but the distance is not as big as if I do it like that. I just don't even play power chords anymore with these fingers. As you advance in your playing, you just kind of get used to playing it with the pinky. A lot easier. So why start learning with the ring finger if you can just straight get with the pinky, right? Now, number 2, Back in Black. If not Smoke and Water, probably this is the one riff that everybody identifies as the guitar riff. This is gonna help you learn some basic chords, some basic strumming patterns. And the reason why it's kind of level 2 is because you got these 2 licks. First of all, this blues lick, right? Which is not easy for a beginner. You're definitely gonna spend some time mastering that, especially the second one. There are some stretches there. But the great thing is, once you master this, you will improve a lot in timing, your picking. Also, there's a bend over here. Definitely a super fun riff to play. I'm pretty sure that the most common mistake is somewhere over here with the bend. Right? Because if you're just starting out, your fingers are pretty weak. Better put some time and energy into this band. Like, slow it down first. And then slower if you have to. Number 3, Sweet Child of Mine. The crazy thing about this riff is that it started off as a finger exercise, and only then they realized, like, dude, this one is actually cool. It became Guns N' Roses' biggest hit. So it would be almost criminal not to include this on the list. The reason it's so perfect is because you probably know how the ring and the pinky, they're the weakest links. This riff focuses on the ring and pinky. It's also gonna help you a lot with the string skipping. Probably the common mistakes come from when people trying to go like. And some other common mistakes can be these notes buzzing out a lot that you play with the ring and pinky. It can sound like this. So you gotta work a lot on that. You know, once you learn the riff, it's gonna be a huge payoff because these fingers are gonna be killers. Great way to master this riff is something that I call the Lego strategy, because you're gonna literally build it block by block. This is what it's gonna look like. You take like the first 2 notes of the riff, right? What you gotta do, play 3 times without making a mistake. You're gonna add an extra note, so like, once you master that, you can add the next note. It takes a lot of time, so keep practicing every day, because if you want to learn it one day, it's gonna get on your nerves, bro. Number 4, Tornado of Souls. This is one of my favorite riffs from my all-time favorite album. When I first heard the album, I was like, what is this, man? And then, you know, as I started listening to the album more and more, I was like, dang. And by today, it's like probably one of the greatest records that I've ever heard. One of my favorite and most fun riffs to play from the album is definitely Tornado of Souls. Could be Poison Was the Cure. Tornado of Souls is like classic thrash metal riff. Perfect riff for your left hand. If you want to master your left hand, just learn this riff and you're gonna be an absolute beast. On this riff, you get literally everything. Hammer-ons, pull-offs, slides, mutes. lovely fucking blues riff. If you truly want to master this riff, guys, don't ever forget Voodoo Juice. You cannot skip that, so it's just an essential thing. So in order to master this riff, do it super slow, use a metronome if you have to, use Lego strategy, build note by note, and don't try to go with the most accurate version of it, because it's just super complicated, and that's why I told you if you master this riff, you're gonna be an absolute beast on the guitar with your fretting hand for sure. Now, if you wanna be an absolute beast with your right hand as well, here comes number 5, that is Master of Puppets. I can remember I started learning this pretty early on, around 10 or 11. For me, this is probably the number 1 riff. And this is also probably one of the best warm-up exercises as well. It trains every single finger in your fretting hand. And adding a few slides, it builds crazy endurance for the picking hand. If I wanna play the Master of Puppets song in one take, I should practice for 1 week straight every day with the down picking, because it's just so intense. So yeah, it's kind of like a warm-up exercise for fretting hand. The real difficult thing is for the right hand. You got everything there. Palm mute, constant down picking, changing the strings. And a common mistake is when people try to play it like literally blasphemy to play the Master of Puppets riff alternate picked. Listen to the previous one that I played. And now listen to this. A lot heavier. So, how to learn any riff that you want. First of all, it's always about speed. What I highly recommend, of course, is that you put in the song and then try to figure it out yourself. Now, I'm not telling you to not use tabs at all, but if you've suffered enough to reward yourself to self-check with the tabs, that's okay. So, once you get the notes down, you can play it like super slow. Now, once you got that, that's already a win. Now you just have to work on that. You'll be able to play faster and faster, because if you straight jump in, you're gonna think that, oh my god, I suck, what's wrong with me, I'm gonna quit guitar, I'm a piece of shit. Don't do that. Use a metronome. So you set it to half the speed of the song. If the song is in 100 BPM, you can go even down to 30 BPM, 40 BPM. Accuracy is always gonna be more important than speed in music. Once you can get the accuracy right, you can start increasing the speed. If you got this riff, you can do a simplified version The number 1 most important thing is that you put in the record, you're playing the song, and you're having fun. You will stay consistent, you will stay disciplined, and you will keep going. It's a volume game, how many days can you do it straight? So if you just put in 10 minutes every single day, you'll make a great progress by 2025, I promise you. Although, here's one shortcut. If you want to get the absolute best out of your practice sessions, make sure that you always do the short warm-up exercise that I reveal in this video right here.